everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be using my Sennelier watercolor paints and I'm going to be stylizing this photo here. So the first thing I did was tape down my paper so I can have that clean border. And then I started sketching. I found her portrait on Pinterest while I was just like looking through it. She's also part of that 100 head drawing challenge thing. I actually want to do that, but I'm gonna wait till I get my new sketchbook. Anyways, her photo was just like so pretty. I love the vibe that it has, like that sad but like strong look of it. I wanted to see if I can like put into my style and see how that looked. So sketching her face was really easy. All I had to do was kind of like copy what's on the photo onto the paper. But I guess I could have stylized it a bit more just because I really didn't do much with her nose or her lips. I was way too focused on like getting her likeness that I kind of forgot to stylize some parts of her face, like her nose and then her lips. Even her forehead kind of looks like her forehead in the photo. So yeah. But then again, my style is a bit realistic, so I don't know. It just looks a lot like the picture. I guess that's a good thing for me since I was trying to get her likeness, but I definitely could have stylized her a bit more. And the parts that got me a little frustrated were the veil, the thing on her head, and then her, just the ruffles, just how they were like folding and everything. It was just such a struggle for me. I don't know what was happening, but I couldn't draw it. I still don't like the way that looks, but I guess it doesn't really take away too much from the drawing, but I really wish I would have gotten it right though. I honestly didn't think I would have struggled with that, but I did, and I kind of gave up. I tried. I erased it like 4 times and it wasn't looking right, and I was just like, we'll just leave it. We'll go with this one. It's okay. No one will notice if I don't say anything. So everything is great. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this piece. Yeah. Looking at her face, you can see her nose and her lips look pretty normal. I guess the only thing that really stand out is her eyes, and then like the face shape looks pretty cartoonish. And oh, with her eyes, like I was trying to draw a monolid, but I think I made it look weird. I need more practice. I wasn't sure as to how I should do it, so this is pretty much my first attempt at drawing a monolid looking eye. I'll get better though. And then I started coloring it with the watercolor, and I realized the ink pen isn't waterproof. It honestly isn't that bad. It doesn't really ruin the drawing at all. Like looking at the final piece, I don't even see the smeared line art that much. But I was freaking out at the beginning. I was like, oh my god, how is this gonna look? It just has like this red hue, and so I guess it kind of looks like it goes together because of the line art that's smeared a bit. The colors look like they go together because of the red smeared line art. Hope that makes sense, because there's like red in every single color. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm gonna make it make sense because like what else can I do? I have not touched watercolor in so long, and this felt so good. I didn't make that many mistakes. I waited for colors to dry before putting more color on top of it, so I didn't get that much bleeding. The thing I did was I jumped around in the drawing, so after I was done coloring the head, I left the veil since the veil was like really close to her face. I didn't want those two colors bleeding into one another, so I skipped the veil, went into the background, and I had that nice dry space in between them so the colors won't merge. And by the time I was done with the background, the face was all nice and dry, and then I actually had to take a break because the background was wet and I wanted to do the veil. I honestly could have done the hair, but the color of her hair was a little tricky, so I wanted to wait until I did everything else and then figure out how I could get that color. And I still didn't get the color, which is such a weird looking brown. It's pretty, but like, how can I make that? Another thing that I messed up was the little golden, I don't know what they're called, the little golden crown thing. I totally messed up on the, I don't know, just how the lines were going, and some of them look a little crooked, some of them are not going in the right direction, and really sad about that. Really sad. I really didn't focus on it when I was like sketching it. I was like, oh, I'll just ink this when I'm going, and yeah, that was just not a good choice. I should have sketched it out right, make sure the angles were actually correct, because I was pretty much just freehanding it while I was inking. And that honestly was not a great choice. Not a great decision. Lesson learned. When I'm doing the 100 head challenge, I'll try and fix my mistake. Alright, so I'm trying to find a sketchbook that can hold water, but also not like ruin my markers or like suck up my ink or like make my nibs fray. Is there a sketchbook out there? good for water and good for markers. And if you guys know any sketchbook that are like that, let me know. Alright, so I'm done with the watercolor portion of this. I couldn't get a lot of details that I wanted with the watercolor, so usually I will end up putting either pencils, like the Prismacolor pencils, on top of it, or markers, sometimes even all three art supplies. But for today, I'm only going to be using my markers. I don't know, like once the watercolor dries, it starts looking a bit dull, and so I kind of like my artwork to be bright, not bright, but like have good contrast. And I also tried really hard not to put my markers through too much of this watercolor paper because I know they do suck up ink, because this watercolor paper is really textured, so I tried not to spread it around too much. But like after I was done with the markers, I went ahead and I re-inked it because I pretty much kind of lost a lot of my line art. Did that, took a long time. And then I went in with my Signaball white pen to add in those little highlights, and I low-key went overboard just a little bit, just a little bit around the eyes, and then the lips maybe kinda. I was trying to make the teardrops look like what they look like in the photo, and they kind of look plasticky, almost like either candle wax or some kind of plastic that was like stuck on there, so it's a bit shiny. So I was trying to do that, but my Signaball pen, the nib is really thick, so the little highlights ended up being really thick. But yeah, so we are pretty much done. This is the final result. I really want to thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video is a bit short, but I really hope you guys enjoy this video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys will like the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys, thanks for watching.